Hey folks, welcome back to another Opponent Master video, and today let's go ahead and EX our old friend Grimsley over here, as he did get a Synchroned expansion with Opponent Masters day, I think yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? I don't remember, but you know, it's been out for like a day or two, so anyways, let's go ahead. Yeah, here we go, finally, this guy got an expanded grid too. For all the old school players who remember the original, the OG Mewtwo event where he was like, you know, he was like a god there, and he has seen barely any play ever since. But you know, that's not completely true. Just because he does also, I like this EX outfit. By the way, a lot of people hate on this one. I like it. I think it's cool. Right? You know, it's a bit of a clown suit, and I think it's, I don't know, I think it's pretty cute. All right. Anyways, but yeah. Like he has some other uses, right? Maybe something against like Cresselia or Latias, right? But overall, obviously, he is very, very niche, and even with this expanded grid, unfortunately, still kind of niche, right? Like the stuff that he does, they're just very stage specific, right? You just won't like bring him into like you know, a random battle and hope he does well there, right? And he could do well, but like generally, like 99% of the time, you'd probably just have a better option, right? You just probably have a better option. But anyways, just in terms of what he got, right? In terms of the expanded grid, he did get a few things that are neat. First of all, he did get blind spot over here, so you know, get a bit of a nuke, which is nice, right? He can max out his own evasion, no problem, so that's pretty easy to get. Aggravation on Dark Pulse is definitely nice, right? So, if you say like he now has like a general use, that I'd agree, right? He does have a general use now. If you just want to run him as a flincher, because he is a relatively reliable flincher. Now he's not as good as your run of the mill. You know, I feel like this. It's just like the standard flinchers these days, I feel like are all around like 60%, right? And he's at 40% with his aggravation, which is not bad, but I just don't feel like it's as good as like the standard flincher. But it's still something, right? It's still something that could get him on the stage on a team to actually like, you know, do something in your run-the-mill battles, right? That are not, you know, Cresselia or Latias, I guess. Bogon Snatch, Bogo 9 on Snatch, I don't think it's that big of a deal. He doesn't have too much gauge issues. He's really, really fast, right? I mean, if he has any upsides, like that speed is pretty good, right? Really nice speed there, so I don't think that's like a huge issue. Of course, if you are trying to spam Dark Pulse for like flinches, obviously you probably want, you know, a bit more speed there, but otherwise not that big of a deal. The other one is just bad, like Ferocious moves too. This is just like, what are you doing? 30% chance of raising attack and special attack by only 1 when you use your trainer move, which only has 2 MP to begin with. That's just terrible. This is hilariously bad. But yeah. All right, let's go ahead and try out his nuke over here, which is relatively easy to set up. It's not like completely, you know, instant and all that stuff, because he does have, like, first of all, you do have to max out his offensive stats, which he can't really do on his own. But you know, in this team in particular, we have that, so that's not much of an issue. We are going to use Zinya's B move to steal opponent stats instead of Snatch, though, just because Zinya's is just better. Not a knock against Grimsley at all, right? Like, obviously, you know, Snatch is good too. It's just that Zinya's first, it's AoE, and I gave the opponent like the stat up at the beginning just because, you know, you got Snatch units on your team. It's just free points, right? For 2.5k. So oh, kind of gave him that. But yeah, it's free points over there basically. So yeah, and then you also give the stat buff shield, so they can't buff their stats afterwards as well with Zinya doing it. It's just good all around, right? And yeah, the other thing that is slightly not like super easy with Grimsley's nuke is just that you do have to make sure the opponent don't have stat buffs, right? And again, that's part of the reason why I brought Zinya. Wow, that sync animation is actually pretty cool. It's just a shame that you barely see it ever. But yeah, no. It's yeah, you just because if it wasn't, you know, for Zinya over there, for example, right? Sometimes they just like, and you had to like snatch on your own. Sometimes they just get like an extra buff in right before you sync, so that just kind of sucks, right? But in this case, obviously we don't have that issue, right? But anyways, let's see. That first sync wasn't bad, right? I mean, for an off type, you know, 2.5k maximum, that wasn't bad at all, I'd say. It's not anything crazy for a tech nuker, but it's definitely not terrible, right? Like, he can do something like that now, so that's neat. It's just that, like, you know, just with him, and maybe it's not, you know, exclusively a Grimsley issue, I guess. Oh, we gotta steal those stats away. But it's just that sometimes, right, if you, for example, you are running like a Zinnia on your team, Zinnia's just a better nuker, for one. Also, we are on stage 1, so we do have that extra stat buffs after the sync, so this is why Zinnia's crunches are doing like 10k damage each. And also why this sync's probably going to do a lot more than you'd probably expect. But also we're doing off-type, so I think, you know, it balances out a bit. Not completely, but, you know. Yeah. Clearly we're not going to clear the stage, because there's just no, like, DPS on this team at all. Right, even though, again, Zinnia, shout out to Zinnia. Zinnia is throwing out like 10k crunches right now. But yeah, you guys get the point, right? It's a solid nuke now. It's just not something that you just go out of your way to really use, just because most of the time you'd probably just have better nukers on the team, especially with Dark type, right? Dark type just has so many good nukers, right? Like, if you look at just tech nukers itself, right? You have, you know, there's Mass Royale, there's Sydney, right? Not that Sydney's like damage is like huge, it's just a really easy to get sync. Yeah, like for one, Zinnia obviously does more, right? Like, even, you know, even Champion Serena you got there, right? Again, Mass Royale, whatever. I think Nanu even does more, and I don't know. Nanu might have advantage with the, you know, innate physical defense debuffs, but, you know, he's pretty close too. Again, Sydney does more, and I think Champion Marnie is pretty close. I think Champion Marnie does less, but again, Champion Marnie's like a striker, right? So that's like an AoE nuke that does almost this, you know, sort of in the same damage bracket field as Grimsley does. So it's just like, it's really not worth it, right? It's really not worth it, I'd say, in most case scenarios. But obviously, if you are fighting him, you know, using him against something like Cresselia, then that would be I'd say very much worth it sometimes, maybe. Depending on, you know, how cheap you want your team to go. All right, speaking of, let's try it out against Cresselia over here then. So, all right, let's obviously this is not a team you actually want to run against, you know, Cresselia in like a Cresselia based like legendary gauntlet, right? You'd probably want to save your units a bit. Also, I should probably use Water Shuriken just to get it in. But yeah, let's just do like a quick just one bar just to check out his damage over here, right? And then maybe we could try out like an actual team someone might run for him, right? Just to get one of these super effective nukes in, right? Okay, there we go. Get the Dark Zone up for the sync, and all right, nice. Let's see if this is gonna be one shot. I know it's like doesn't have much HP left, but I think Cresselia's HP is like 39k or something like that. So basically, see if it, you know, get like 30k, 40k, something like that on that first sync. Because again, it is just legendary gauntlet, right? It's not mass mode or whatever. Oh, 50k even. Look at that. Yeah. Obviously, right? Yeah, it's not as good as some of the other ones, but if you run a incredibly overpowered team around it, which overpowered in terms of like just helping him buff. I mean, these two are both really good units, the two side units. But I'm not sure if this is a great team. Just again, this team has like no DPS. Like the only DPS you're really getting is just that crunch from Thievel, which is not the best. But yeah, no. It's definitely something, man. It's definitely something. So yeah, even though it's not something you'd reasonably be using in a gauntlet scenario. So yeah, let me just get one more sync in, and we'll maybe try a more reasonable-ish gauntlet team. All right, see how it goes. And let me get again Dark Zone back in. Okay. Look, man, these kinds of team comps, everyone gotta contribute to damage. I didn't crit there. All right, now let's try a run with Grimsley with some weaker units, which is probably sort of, you know, stuff you'd probably expect if you're actually going for like gauntlet run with with him or with anyone, honestly. Right, so yeah, we're just gonna have Lodge Blue over here. Did not mean to Steep Bomb there for no reason. Lodge Blue over here, and just Erica, just like, I don't know, as a tank, I guess. Oh, she's also here to cure status. I was thinking, because man, this holiday Erica's so sad, man. It really got cooked. Not super long after it released, because like when it first came out, it was like really nice, and then like Xerneas came out, I was like, okay, who cares about this unit anymore, sort of, which is slightly unfortunate. But yeah, no, it is what it is. Okay, let's see. I guess we could use one more of these, because we have like Erica anyways. Just got like another X regen. And they're gonna Thunder Wave here. Hopefully we could just get rid of that soon, sometime, you know. He does have Sync Cure for himself though, so that's nice at least. Maybe I should just like be Vine Whipping here, man, instead. Just save gauges. Alright. Let's see. Stomp there. Vine Whip. I'll still try Dark Pulse though, just cause, you know. Just wait for them to calm mine again before I snatch, I feel. Yeah, cause, you know, might as well wait for the second one. Okay. There we go. Take these. All those stats, which is basically everything. Right, so yeah, there we go. Got max special attack there too, so woo. Low key, our Dark Pulses might actually like do some stuff here. Like legitimately, like they're weak to dark, right? And even though this guy has like a special attack stat of like 100 and something, it's literally 140 something. Which is really bad, but you know, I can do something, right? It's not completely unusable. Damn, we got frozen there. What are the chances, man? 10%. Funny how like I asked like rhetorically what are the chances, and I immediately. Okay, we got another Sync in here. So that's neat. Well, I guess a Holiday Erica can't really get rid of its own status, and yeah, as you can see, this team also doesn't have like too much DPS either, but that's kind of like just the function of like Grimsley led Cresselia teams, right? And it's not like even like a bad thing, because hey, you know, you get to save some DPSs over here. Even though, to be fair, DPSs aren't really like the main thing you were trying to save when going for like long gauntlets. How is she still frozen? What is going on? Oh my god. She is not thawing out, man. What is going on, man? This is taking forever. And it's seriously hampering our gauges, which really sucks. Also, it's only healing as well. What is going on, man? Please. It's not coming back. This has to be a glitch, right? There's no way. It's this long. I'm seriously considering. You know what? This bar is almost over anyway, so let's just sync with Erica. Just get her out of this. What the heck? How is it that long? It's like an entire sync cycle or something, man. That's insane. Oh my god. All right, whatever. She just got out of it. Okay. Take the L using that, you know, extra sync there. Okay. But yeah, no. I don't feel like it's the lack of having DPS on, you know, Grimsley led Cresselia. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Because like, you know, he just does so much himself against Cresselia, right? He could flinch Cresselia for one, he could snatch Cresselia's stats, right? And you know, his nukes could do pretty well, and then Cresselia's own special attack buffs obviously can help him get some Dark Pulse damage in there as well, right? He does almost everything against Cresselia, minus dealing with the status part, right? So yeah, he's just nice. He's just nice here. You really don't need, honestly, just, you know, DPS alongside him really, because you know, with the DPS, unless it's a like really good one, right? So they're not doing that much. His own nukes good enough, I feel. So anyways, yeah, that's been this one, I guess. Hope y'all enjoyed my guys. Think in the comments down below. link to the videos from our channel for more important Mouse's content. Again, wouldn't really recommend EXing him. Just because his nuke's not like that great, but you know, it's good for certain scenarios, I guess. So, all right, see you guys.